Welcome back to Herning, Denmark. The EUICC Indoor Euros EUF competition, ulti.TV, bringing it to you. I'm Stefan Rapazzo here with Ravi Vasudevan as we head into this open action. Aarhus taking on Zoom. Ravi, what do we know about this one?
Well, actually, Aarhus was on the stream not so long ago. I was commentating that game. They lost to UFO from Utrecht, the Netherlands, so now they're in the 9-16 bracket, what we're seeing here. They are the Danish indoor champions. Traditionally, you might think KFK might take that reign, but no, they went out there and took it this year. Talked to some KFK, asked why they're not here. It's, yeah, we didn't qualify. The Aarhus and the FUK team that is also here took the spots. Zoom, I imagine, one of the strong outfits out of Turkey. And we'll see what Turkey versus Denmark gives us right now.
Here they come. Turkey, I had the pleasure of seeing Zoom play earlier yesterday against Salisbury's, and they're underway. Boştuş gets it under, almost crosses paths there. Ekinci manages to hang on, and then we've got a stoppage as that disc pushes away towards the far sideline. Foul called, accepted. Back into play and immediately put to the end zone. Boştuş hangs on, but that one was all about the quick throw. A zipper of a throw up that line, Rob.
Strong performance from Zoom to start things off. I think Denmark a little bit more known for their indoor ultimate play. Maybe people thinking that Aarhus is going to come out here and have an easy go with it, but with offense like that from the Turks, might be a closer game than we think. Nice start here.
Yeah, I told you I saw them play against the Latvians. I had the pleasure of watching part of that game with Ted Bote, and we were both agreed they're good. They can play. They miss a few boxes here and there as they get going, but if they can tidy up, they've got the bulk of the skill set to do it. Aarhus now. Wind up in a high stall count in his own end zone, gets rid of it late. And the contested stall count, we mentioned it was getting up there, Ravi.
Did feel like a long 8 seconds to me, but they was in there for a long time. This also happened. UFO was very good at shutting down Aarhus's cutter game. Seems like Zoom is doing the same. But Aarhus, when they were playing against UFO, it's going to be contested stall out. They typically swung it around a lot and were generally able to get out of there, but they had some trouble getting open downfield against good defenses. And it looks like Zoom is applying that pressure as well.
So back into the hands of EUICC. And that one comes under. There's the hammer straight away. Anderson there for the goal. Tournament director and first goal catcher for Aarhus in this match.
Check out that matchup of that connection of Fortebu to Anderson. It happened a lot in the UFO game. The hammers from Fortebu. He's very good at getting open up the line like this or off a give-go if he has to, and he has a deadly hammer, and Anderson is such an amazing target in the end zone. He also, whenever Aarhus did falter and turn it over, it was always Anderson that got the D back for the O-line. So look out for those two coming throughout this game as we see Aarhus come back out on D again.
Zoom trying to do what they did the first time around once more. Under comes from Boştuş. Nice wide around shot there to Dua. Ooh, but that one thrown too far in front, and Aarhus gets to snack on it defensively. They go all the way around. Far sideline, De Jong goes back central. Christensen. And there's a big blade. Well received, not quite in. Yes, quite in. No, yes, no. They're going to keep playing until they decide this one. Christensen goes all the way back. And now playing from the midfield, Thorsen. De Jong finds the open spot, hits Hardwood, and that, Ravi, counts as
that's a break.
The first of the game.
The first that I've seen Aarhus do today. Even though I commentated them earlier, they got 0 breaks in the last game against UFO. First time I've actually seen their D-line touch the disc. And we saw Boston de Jong there, Flying Dutchman coming over from Grut. Been living in Aarhus for quite some time now. Haven't seen him play Frisbee in a long while. But good to see he's still got those indoor throws. He came up playing in the Netherlands along with all those other youth players, learned the blade, learned the way of the blade, the way of the hammer. Expect him to be very deadly whenever this Aarhus D-line gets the disc.
He stays out on the pitch as the break line gets the benefit of staying out because they generated and they try and go for the kill, but Munk steps in front of the Bostad's hammer and breaks it up.
That was just incredible team defense there from Aarhus, really giving Zoom no options and eventually forcing that tough throw. You see there Munk making the final play, but that was a team effort to get that turn.
Munk from his end zone gives, gets, goes again, takes it high. He's moving with purpose, trying to isolate, and has Bastien de Jong in all sorts of poached space. De Jong with a high release forehand, gets a nice somersault catch there at a skull goal. Nice scuba, good spot. Munk cashes in the goods, and that is back-to-back breaks the Danish up 3-1.
And back-to-back assists for Bastien de Jong. First with the blade, now with the scuba. You see there the tumbling catch as it goes and back centers to Bastien again. And here you see that almost full field scuba pinpoint into the corner. Great throw from de Jong as Aarhus go up 3-1.
Yeah, you said it earlier, good team defense that generated the turnover for Aarhus. Zoom's gonna have to find a way to be a little bit more dynamic and provide a few more options because the Danish defense ain't gonna slow down at all, that is for sure. Zoom coming again. Auguslor. He goes the hammer, and that one is ill-advised as well. Another opportunity to break. Thurston goes under, gets Skogel. Hardwood leaves it for Munk. Back to the far sideline, Skogel. Flip pass there, pops one over. Christiansen. They are really putting it through the hands. Skogel playing like they're an O-line, but this is the defensive unit trying to break again. Munk bounces it back, far sideline. Christiansen. Great patience. You see striking cuts go to the end zone with hands up, indicating that they think they're open enough to have that shot going, but I love the patience. And then they do go for a little bit of a risky biscuit, but get away with that too, Ravi.
Danes coming up strong, maybe a bit more like we expected now, 4-1. We are seeing the pressure coming on from this D-line here. We're gonna see the blade across. Let's see if we can see that risky shot. There it goes up. And just like that, Zoom's gonna take a timeout. We're gonna take a quick break ourselves.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
And as we're back in action, good time to remind you to like and subscribe, press all those buttons, and if you've got it in you by any means, get onto our Patreon, ulti.TV/patreon.com, and give a little bit and help us keep bringing you more action like this. Ooh, great catch there to pick that one up. Slider by Oskar. Now sent in, well caught, good long jump there. Bostas puts Zoom back on the board. I guess the timeout worked, whatever they said there. Just got him back, tightened up a little bit, Rav.
Nice response after the timeout, after going down a couple breaks. You see here they're fighting hard, and eventually that score. That's what you want to see. You want to see you go down a little bit. You don't want to give up hope, and they're coming back. Let's see if they can put some pressure on this Aarhus O-line as they take the field again for the first time in a while.
Ice Kid moves up, second pass, hammer straight away, back corner, lefty grab. Shields puts the feet down, and that was a beautiful grab. Like, throw to space, but still just a little blinded. Had to do a little bit of a windmill arm there to collect it, but looked good to me, Ravi.
Yeah, here's the shot going up, and Shields just goes up strong. He made another really good grab in the game against Dufo as well. Very big receiver. He's the guy who he'll make a play if he has to keep Aarhus alive. And there he does it for the O-line as they stay pretty well in this game. Their D-line's coming up. They're up 5-2 now in a commanding position. We'll see if Zoom can change things around.
First throw, they're working nice and quick right away at a Zoom. Get the under. Ekinci. There's the head. Oh, and it was good communication with the head nod, telling him to go. The throw was on, but the hands could not close there. Ekinci lets it go to ground. A bit of a laser. It had some zip on it, that's for sure.
Yeah, but at this indoor, at this level, you got to be able to catch those. Those are the little gaps you're going to get.
Push pass to De Jong. I was half expecting it to be another hammer or scuba straight to the end zone, but he plays patient this time. And again, De Jong resets. Christiansen gives Emil. De Jong, and the Danes are at the midfield mark here. Christiansen again to Emil. Feet down for Christiansen. Sorry, that's Thurston. De Jong gets caught trying to take the first step before that throw was released and ended up off target.
It looks like Christiansen takes kind of like a jump in one direction. He's ready to set up a jump cut just at the wrong time. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Aarhus D-line.
Dewey throws, gets that one to Bostas, and Zoom gave away a break chance but eventuated a hold.
So the score now 5-3. They're keeping it close, keeping themselves alive. Had that turnover on the unfortunate drop, but profited from a miscommunication with the Aarhus D-line. I was talking to some Aarhus club members that are volunteering at this tournament, not playing here, asking them a little bit about the team, and they did say, yeah, it's challenging when we play the high level because the D-line does not get that many chances to touch the disc when you play at this level. You get maybe 4 or 5 discs in a game for the whole D-line. So sometimes you end up not developing those connections in the game, as O-line, on the other hand, just punching it through easily, and they score to make it 6-3.
6-3, Outers just churning it up. Zoom putting up a good opposition here, but they got to do a bit more to stop Outers. I feel like Zoom's just a bit outmatched in size, just a bit outmatched in throwing prowess here, and that's causing this double-up differentiation right now.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Aarhus UFO game, except the other way. Aarhus capitalizing on the errors Zoom makes, just as UFO did against Aarhus, but Zoom's D-line not able to put pressure on the Aarhus O-line. Same thing with the Aarhus D-line, couldn't do it against UFO.
So coming out of the back corner, gets that first throw, but does not get the reception. Bostas put it up and bobbled because of the pressure and the inaccuracy of the throw, and now Munk will pick up on the attacking goal line. And one big pivot later, and that is turned into another break. Munk cashes in, gets Thurston for the goal.
Yeah, I thought Emil actually had the right position to just get that on the initial isolation, but he got out of the way and just cleared space for Thurston. Either way, it's going to count 7-3.
So, Ravi, indoor championship, of course, every team is expected to be good here. You see this bracket in the 9-16, Zoom playing Outers. They'll play, winners of this, and losers will play Ukraine and Frizzlies, the other one. the second part of this bracket, okay, Viksfords and Ventspils, but Vorai and Salaspils playing each other. One of those two is going to be relegated again, and that, to me, blows my mind. Both those teams could have been considered as champion caliber going into this, as we see a beautiful slap-away block there by Harbo, and Munk now throws over the head of the blinded defender. Back to Munk. Looks for De Jong, but wide open was Christiansen. Christiansen goes around. Skogel. Harbo fakes the scuba and swings back to the other side with a backhand. De Jong. De Jong to Harbo. Harbo. Dane's looking good, patient, throwing to these very open options. And here's the blade. De Jong's gonna have that all day long. And another goal that makes it 7. That's 8, in fact. I did look just a second before the score update. 8-3 for the Danes.
For those confused what's going on, why we haven't gone to half yet, the games here are to 17, which means half is at 9, so we will take half if Aarhus can get one more point on the board. Now, you're talking about Vorai and Salaspils being, I think, surprising a lot of people that they're down at the bottom of this bracket. Vorai being in the sort of pool of death, along with UFO, Otso, and the Bad Skid team, which I can never remember what their name is. Sorry to my German friends. Salaspils losing to Lecky, but also Viksjöfors. That's a very famous name in indoors for them to be down this low. And Ventspils is a team I know. You might not be as famous to people who don't know what's going on, but they're typically right neck and neck with Salaspils in Latvia. All 4 of those teams, it's crazy that they're down in this bottom side of the bracket.
They only lost on Universe to this Bad Skid team. There's another goal for Zoom. Bostush cashes it in, make it 4. They're only doubled up, 8-4, staying in it, but more work to do. Aarhus is 2 for 1 of them, getting those breaks every other chance. So, but good to see when Zoom is able to score. Great to see Zoom here. Great to see Istanbul and Turkey having a surgence of Ultimate happening down there, a scene. And now breaking on to the European scene, breaking out of their local scene.
Yeah, Zoom is signed up for the European Ultimate Club Series in the mixed division, and they will be going to, I believe, one of the summer tours, along with, I think, 2 other Turkish teams. So Turkey's coming to Europe this year.
Love to see it, love to see it. Here comes Aarhus. Goncha goes back, finds Faurbu. Is he going to throw a hammer?
He does like it, and he's got Anderson in the back corner. I can see he's got eyes at him a little bit. A little bit of a shoe fix. I don't know if there was another stoppage. You can't just stop for equipment, so it must have been another call first.
Yeah, and then the extended stoppage. Faurbu opts not for the hammer. Eisker. Faurbu. Ooh, the defense came. That was beautiful body position there by Spielbull to take that one. Minimized contact, maximized his box.
Yeah, here we're going to see it again. The blade's going to come across the field, and Spielbull just takes it down with authority. Just stands strong, absorbs the contact, and then he's got the easy pop in for the score.
Wow, love to see that. That was a fantastic sky play. And we do have another timeout on the field.
No, halftime.
It's not a timeout. It is a halftime. And we will take a short break and be right back with you for second half action. Back in action, Zoom looking for answers, coming out on D in this second half as Aarhus, who have been strong, leave their offense on the field. Anderson goes hammer, Shields with the goal, and gets some applause from the Irish supporters in the stands. XVI Liam Grant talking in the chats that he might know a nickname for Shields. Never know what to believe with that Grant, so you can check the chats if you want to know what he speculates.
There we see Shields take that pass down. You see the XVI guys in the background. They've made the quarterfinals. I think many people might not have known that XVI would be a team making it in the top 8 here at the Indoor Championships. You know about the Scandinavians and the Baltics and all that. Ireland coming to play.
Getting it done. As Zoom tried to get it done on their own accord right now. The spin around pivot by Ekinci all the way back to Dui. Over the head, nice play, what a layout there by Paquel. And another one! Another and a sister and a brother, that one called down.
Looked up to me from my angle. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Ooh, that's
very,
close. Very close.
That's closer than I thought. Live, I looked up, but on that angle, it might have hit the ground before he got it. Let's look one more time. See if we can slow this one down. Ooh, I think he got it.
I think so too. It was the near edge that was closest to the ground. Like the finger edge was closest. That disc was leaning back towards the receiver. So if he got his finger under it, he had to have saved it. But I think worthy of sending it back. I don't think that's a sin of a call.
Contested
that one was close.
Yeah, contested going back seems good to me.
Well, Zoom pulling out all the stops here. A couple highlights in this one. Boztush gets it back into the hand to Dai. And the fake, the second fake, a lot of congestion around the disc. And wow, this is a highlighted point for Zoom. They're gonna put this on their team highlight reel. They cash it in, and how many plays did they need to do it? 3, 4 big-time plays in that point.
Yeah, if I'm Aarhus, I'm actually pretty happy about the pressure I was able to put on this point. This isn't a sustainable offense by any means. You see here, the disc floats up, and Aarhus almost gets a hand on it, and here floats it over De Jong. De Jong actually, sometimes he could get plays like that, but, you know, Zoom managing to score it in. But Aarhus, that's really team effort. They did a great job of congesting the end zone, not leaving any open option, and forcing them to have these weird floaty passes. It did work out for them, but I'd be happy if I was Aarhus defense. 10-5 is the score. Aarhus doubling up the score of Zoom still.
Spilbo goes to the corner, Anderson, and re-centers to Ice Care. Back to Anderson, the blade. Shields can't get the left hand. Little bit of contact running there, but really just tight defense by the Turkish defender there, Serin.
And here we see Zoom with a rare opportunity for a break. I think this is one of the first times that the Zoom D-line is going to get the disc against the Aarhus O-line. Let's see what they can do, but
playing into the end zone first, Paquet. High-ish stall count. Sends, and amidst a flurry of white shirts, the big hand of Spilbo takes that one away. Shields goes high, now sent. Anderson, good take with the offhand, leads a backhand to no one, and then has someone. It's Spilbo who opens things up. Anderson delivers the assist.
What a play there. We're going to see the assist again, but I would love to see that defense that Jeppe Spilbo got, because when that disc went up, at first I thought the first Aarhus defender had a chance at it, but it went over his head, and then I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And Spilbo just came and cleaned the whole situation up, skying the whole pack. It's an amazing defensive play by Aarhus to get that disc back.
Yeah, I thought the same. It hung, and after it went past the first, it was 3 white shirts against 1 red at that stage, and sure, one's back was turned. But yeah, Spilbo really rose to the occasion there and took that away.
11-5. Game to 17.
Zoom with the disc, leading throw, kicks things off. Oshakar. And right into the hands of Pekel. He is hurt.
I think he might have got his hand stepped on after he was on the ground there.
Injury called. The throw a little bit too tight of a space caused Pekel to hit the ground. A little off balance, trying to adjust to it, and he indicates as he runs towards assistance that no turnover, no foul to be called.
Yeah, I think it was definitely after he was on the floor. Either he hit his hand on the floor the wrong way or someone stepped on it.
Oh, goodness, they're getting everything going their way. That one off the hand and back into friendly hands on the bounce. Bjarke gets it again, gets the under. Harbo in for goal, and everything is going the way of the Danes in this game, even when they can't seem to throw the perfect assists. They get the right bounces.
Yeah, that's a bit of luck. Sometimes a little luck you need in these types of games. But that does put them ahead 12-5 in a commanding position. Just a few more points away from advancing themselves further in the 9-16 bracket.
You gotta be good to be lucky, so they say.
This division, just taking a look at the open quarterfinal bracket quickly. It'll be Mooncatchers versus UFO on one side. The winner of that will play the winner of Örebro versus XVI. Then Fredriksen Ultimate Club from Denmark faces the Gemmekrime, the Bad Skid team. They will face the winner of the basic Finnish Nationals, Otso versus Leki. So there will be one Finnish team in semifinals no matter what.
Exciting stuff. I think the same thing happens in mixed. One Estonian team will get through. Or that's not the case yet. There's the goal. We're talking Turks here right now. Peker finds himself open in the far corner of the end zone for the goal. And Zoom stay within half. It's 6-12.
Yeah, they seem to be just about that pace. Aarhus scoring 2, Zoom scoring 1. That's been going on for quite some time now, and it's kept up here at 12-6.
So, what can Zoom, what is it Zoom needs to do here, Ravi? You know, of course, when they get these chances, they've got to find a way to break if they're ever going to chance to double up. How do they stop these Danes? We'll talk about that a little bit more after this point, but tough the way they match up. Here they come. Faurbu puts it over Eisker, back to Faurbu. Shields comes under. Shields hammers, Eisker there, and again, how is Zoom gonna stop that?
Yeah, Eisker is such a deadly receiver and a thrower, really kind of an all-rounder for this Aarhus team. If you want to see what could Zoom do, what I've seen was effective. I also watched the Veo game that they played against Örebro, of course a very strong team yesterday, and them losing to UFO. What worked for other teams was generally if you sag off their handlers a little bit, so you muck up their downfield options, force them to swing it around, eventually they kind of make a mistake. But if you play tight on the handlers and let it just be one-on-one matchups downfield, the likes of Shields, the likes of Eisker, it's going to be hard to stop them. So I think you need to help that a bit with the handler defenders.
Here come Zoom again. This is the must-do now, not give up breaks. Dai gets it over. Ekinci. Now the under for Bozdush. Dai. Into the hands of Peker, wide, but too far. The right spot, but too far in front. The throw just needed to have a little less on it.
Aarhus getting another chance to extend their lead.
As this one is picked up and brought to the line. Ooh, and a little bit of a speculator, but Skogel gets away with that scuba. Christiansen goes back. Bjarke, and then Emil. Ooh, Yeah, that was, I thought that was just a bit of a misrelease there. Bit too much on it for Thurston. He would have had to catch it well behind his body. And there's the scuba in for the goal. Akinci, the recipient of the scoop goal. And it took him 2 tries, but they do get the hold.
13-7 the score now. Again, they are able to get that hold, but it's still on about this pattern of 1 of every 2 tries. That time they got it in 1, I believe, so.
Yet now, can they slow down this firing Danish offense?
Haven't been really able to so far.
Faudebu. Shields replaces Phil's Gong. Anderson gets the under. Knudsen to Anderson, and it's Faudebu. Shields all sorts of space. And Faudebu again puts the foot down. Slowed it down a bit this time, went through a few more passes than they have had to do, but still a lot of open receivers and a lot of good throwing decisions.
Yeah, it was a bit slower, but it was very, very steady, and they hold on to their lead 14-7, still doubling up what Zoom has been able to put on the board. Really, really tough to stop this this Aarhus O-line when they're clicking like this. But that's the task Zoom has in front of them. Can they get this a little bit closer, as 11 minutes left on the clock? But aside from time, Aarhus is just 3 points away from taking this game.
Hammer held up, foot down. Well done, nice, efficient offense that time by Zoom. Love to see it. Bush Tush with the goal.
Yeah, we're going to see this hammer go up to him. It looked a little speculative when it came off the hands, but Bostush reads it well and hops himself in the end zone, even gets the footwork just perfect to make that a score. 14-8. O-line looking a little bit better from Zoom, but is it too little too late?
Anderson lets it brick.
Now the brick rule's a little different here. You got to look for that 2-meter tall, invisible rectangular prism coming off the end zone, and does the disc pass through that or not? It's oftentimes a little bit subjective to say whether it did or not, but here the brick is called.
Faudebu goes to Shields, and Shields is looking very strong in the air this game. He is taking everything overhead, 1 hand, 2 hand. Whatever comes at him seems to stick.
And last game it was Anderson that was the main receiver, but here it's all Shields. Maybe he's just taking a little bit of energy from that XVI sideline that we see here on camera. Little luck of the Irish for him. Pull comes up from Aarhus, scores now 15-8. Aarhus just 2 away from advancing to the 9-12 bracket.
Lead throw up the line. Oshakar. Doi keeps his foot. Loves those head nods. Gives another one. Gets the throw. Akinci. Ooh, Doi. And there's the goal. Catches in a very tight space as the defense poaches, and that opened up Oshakar for the goal.
Yeah, defense had one of those sometimes dangerous plays of poaching into the blind space when someone's cutting off the line. I like the Zoom offensive player just taking it strong and then punishing that by throwing the next pass immediately. Things looking good here, 15, but they're still down 15-9. And Aarhus just has to hold a couple more times. They have plenty of room to let Zoom score a few more O points.
Yeah, all said, I feel like Zoom has tightened up in the second half. They've been going point for point ever since 5-12 now, so The 2-for-1s have stopped, and Aarhus is working harder for everything they get in the second half.
Can they get that elusive break against Aarhus?
That is the big question. Spilebo long jumps, showing his athletics prowess there, doing his best impersonation of Carl Lewis, and gets into the end zone.
It's still some discussion as to whether he was in or not. Looks like some people said no. Oftentimes these plays are not in.
Your first impression, Ravi?
I thought he was not in, but that's, again, I didn't see the replay. Players in the field call it in, and that's what counts.
I thought he was, but it was obviously very close. We're discussing it. They were discussing it enough down there.
Anyways, the score is 69. Aarhus just 1 away from going to the 9-12 bracket.
But yes, back and forth, 1-for-1 ever since 5-12. A more respectable second half for Zoom. Still not giving the impression that they're going to fight their way back in this, but definitely showing that they're not going to be pushed around to the finish line here. And showing some of their best ultimate in the later stages of this game. Hammer hanging, but there's the step in front, and now a chance to close things out for the Danes. The under comes, far sideline. Skogel gets away with a dump reception. Emil. Thurston. Emil, and right back to the other side to Christiansen. Thurston. Moving it around. Gets one right to the center. Harbo. Emil. Could this be the game? Not quite yet.
Great patience, though, from the Aarhus D-line, has to be said. They're playing very conservatively, which is not always the calling card of a defensive offense.
No, they've got a bit more of a license to just shoot to kill with their shots. If they've earned the right to play offense, the D-lines tend to have a bit more sporadic style when they get the disc. But in this case, you're right.
In this brief stoppage, I can say that it looks like Ukraine's up 15-8 on the Frizzly Bears, so winner of this game is probably going to play Ukraine. Salispil's up 13-12 on Vorai. That one's a cracker. Oh. And then Ventspil's up 16-10 on the Vikshiofotis.
Goodness gracious, there are some games going on, and that could mean the extension of this game. Christiansen decides not to catch it, and Zoom can potentially play another point if they put this one in. Shoot for goal, and they do extend the game. Doi with the assist, and Oshchakar with another goal. And that makes it 10-16. They're hanging around.
They got themselves to double digits. That's the first part of the job, but 7 in a row against the Aarhus O-line is not something I fully expect, given that I don't think they've broken yet.
They have not broken yet.
So it'll be tough to ask for 7 in a row. But it starts with 1.
Yeah.
It starts with 1.
Crazier. I've seen crazier things happen. Will it happen today? Knudsen with the disc. Blades to Shields. The ink-legged, tattooed Irishman. Gonja goes to Anderson. And the tournament director says, put this one in the books. The Danes advance to the 9-12. Zoom relegated to the 13-16 bracket. And that one is in the books, Ravi.
Clinical performance there by Aarhus. Really nice to see them recover after taking such a hard loss to UFO. But really, they came out of this game firing and punished every mistake Zoom made. Played clinical offense and take the win 17-10. Well-deserved victory. Be exciting to see them play Ukraine later on. Ukraine now up 15-10 against the Frizzly Bears, looking like that'll be the matchup. Still lots of action here. Coming up next on our stream, I believe we have a mixed quarterfinal.
Indeed we do.
Outseaters from Slovakia playing against Helsinki Ultimate from Finland.
Yeah, the darlings of the mixed division, I'd say. Outsitters probably not expected to be as dominant as they were in the first round, went 3-0. I'd say them and maybe Terrible Monkeys were the two teams that were very dominant yesterday that were maybe not on everybody's radar going into the tournament. So very excited to see how that one shakes out. Ravi and Hannah will be on the call for that one coming up next.
Yeah, the Czechs and the Slovaks making their name. One thing I love about these indoor championships is getting to see some countries that, I mean, of course the Czechs are very strong outdoors, but seeing countries from the Baltic, seeing countries from Scandinavia that are decent outdoors but show that they have a whole different level of play when they come indoors. Here we see Turkey putting on a show for us in Denmark. And yeah, can't wait to see Slovakia versus Finland coming up in the mixed quarterfinal.
All day long, Ravi. It's just going to get better as we go. Quarterfinal action, followed by semifinal action by the end of today. You'll know who's going to be in tomorrow's bronze medal matches and finals. It is really just getting better each time slot. So don't you go anywhere except to your mouse pad. Click those buttons, like, subscribe, become a patron. Give us all the love that we try to give back to you as often as we're working. We appreciate it very much. So for Ravi Vasudevan and the rest of the team here at ulti.TV, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
I will show you how to run the red lights. If you wanna, you can call me mine. Somewhere on the highway, out in the starlight, you tuck me in your arms tight. Tell me feels right. So I wanna surprise. You're all I ever had in mind. I'm happy in the sky, a big case of
Thank you. Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ulti.TV